retired yet to this point as a member of the Holy Cross softball team. Grace Parachinski joining us. She's a Times Tribune Athlete of the Week from 2 weeks ago. Grace, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, now listen, I joke, but when you're batting 800 plus, I mean, that's pretty gosh darn good to start a season. Kind of tell me about what it's been like for you and how confident you are up there at the plate.
Well, it's been pretty great. I don't usually think about like my batting average. I don't keep track of my stats really. I just go up there and do what I've trained to do for the past few months. I go in pretty confident. You know, I walk up to the plate and I'm just like, hey, I have 3 good swings on me. I'll take them, and hopefully a good outcome turns out for them.
Now, if we dial it back to when you were named Athlete of the Week, you had your big season series with rival Dunmore, and during that stretch you had a huge game-winning 2-run double in the bottom of the 7th inning. What is that like for you as a softball player to get an opportunity to drive home the tying or even the game-winning run and you deliver? That's got to be a great thrill for you.
It is. It was very rewarding, but what I mostly enjoyed about that was the teamwork and effort that was put into it in that inning. From like the end of our lineup to where I came up, all of it just worked out pretty well for us. And,
go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. That's a pretty intense rival. That's a pretty intense rivalry with Dunmore. So a little bit of pressure on you when you dig in for that situation, though, right?
It is definitely. We know there's pressure when we go to play them, but usually we don't think about it as we're playing. We just play as we know how to do, and you know it goes either way. But we're always there to give 100% effort.
Grace Parachinski joining us here on the Monday edition of In the Zone. She was a Times Tribune Athlete of the Week 2 weeks ago, and nice of her to join us here and help us catch up on our Athletes of the Week. Now, Grace, I have to, again, full disclosure here, my daughter played youth softball, so I'm very familiar with your work. You guys have played against each other, and so I've been following your career. And, you know, you've had a great run here with Holy Cross. It's great success, state playoff run a couple of years ago. Last year, a great season to the district final. This year, you're playing in honor of your coach, Exie McAndrew, who unfortunately died earlier this year. How emotional has it been for you and your teammates on this team?
It's been a huge change, but change is good sometimes. We've really transitioned from Exie's coaching style to Coach Joe's coaching style, and overall, I feel as though we've come together as a team, and we've really taken on this challenge this season together instead of individually, which has turned out pretty well for us.
So far, fantastic start to the season for Holy Cross. This is a heck of a division in Division 3 here. Kind of, you know, again, you've been growing up playing against these girls your whole life. So what has it been like, you know, knowing the challenges out there in the Lackawanna Division 3? Really, really talented teams from top to bottom. Dunmore, Lakeland, yourselves at Holy Cross, Riverside. Really, really deep, talented division.
Yeah, we like to check out the competition we have, kind of level it off, see what we're working with. We take it day by day, game by game. Anything can happen in this division, pretty much. So we don't judge team's performance on their game they played yesterday or the other day. We judge on today and what we're doing as a team to beat them.
Now, tell me a little bit about how much work you've really put into your game. You're already an all-star caliber player, but with that comes a great deal of pressure to do it again this year. So tell me about what you did to get yourself ready and how much that has paid off to this point.
During the winter, I've had a month or two off, and in that month or two, I've taken the time to work in the batting cages, take some lessons, get any advice I can from mentors and players that I admire and look up to. I've worked with Greg Legg on catching and hitting, and overall, I've seen improvement for that. And pretty much, softball's pretty much a 99% mentality game, so I've prepared myself mentally. And last year, coming off to this year, I can see that Exie's really built that player inside of me, and this year I've been hoping to really exemplify that.
Well, you certainly have to this point. Again, batting 800 plus Tom Ferguson couldn't do that in wiffle ball.
Nope.
Grace, believe me when I tell you. Great start to your season. We want to wish you continued success and congratulations on being a Times Tribune Athlete of the Week. We look forward to chatting with you again real soon.
Thank you. It's a pleasure talking.
All right, Grace Parachinsky there with the Holy Cross Lady Crusaders. Fantastic softball tradition there again. You can't have a better start to the season than she has had. I mean, I just want to throw these numbers out there for you, Tom Ferguson, because this is like video game stuff for what she's done to this point of the season. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay, 826 is the average, 16 runs batted in, 13 runs scored, 19 hits, 9 doubles. She is leading in every statistical category except for triples and home runs. Just incredible start to the season for Grace.
That's absurd.
It's absolutely fantastic. Fantastic. All right, she's a Times Tribune Athlete of the Week again as well. And earlier in this segment, we chatted with Holy Cross's Austin Shatton